Hello everyone, welcome you all in today's my class. In today's class, I will start a new chapter of your civics, that is chapter 5, uh, name is Understanding Laws. Okay, so first, what you will learn in this chapter? So in this chapter, you will learn how new laws are framed, and next about laws and dissents, and in the last of chapter about controversial laws topic you will learn. So let's start this video with this chapter, that is understanding laws. So first I will tell you what is meaning of law, or what is law. Okay. So before explaining meaning of law, I will tell you, lawmaking, as you learned in the previous chapter, is a primary function of the legislature. In this chapter, our focus would on understanding how and why new laws come into force and why some laws become unpopular and controversial. So next I explain what is law. So the Indian legal system is a set of laws specified in the constitution that every Indian citizen must obey. Citizen participation in critical in lawmaking, as they are the best judge on how laws need to involve through the use of TV reports, newspaper editorials, radio broadcasts and local meetings. Citizens are able to share their views. Okay, so let's proceed. Sorry, I hope you all understood what is law. So let's proceed. Topic of this first topic of this chapter: history of law making in India. Okay, so the history of law making in India can be traced to ancient time. However, in ancient times, there were several kingdoms. We know very well, ancient time in India, many types of kingdoms in India, and each tended to follow its own set of rules. These rules were thus not uniform throughout the nation. Under the British colonial rule, a uniform system of administration was introduced, which necessitated that the country be brought under a common law. The British are often credited with introducing the rule of law in India. So, students, next I will explain you what is rule of law. Uh, so, rule of law was certainly introduced in the colonial period under the British government in India. Those laws were arbitrary and hence cannot be exercised in independent India. So, all the citizens are equal before the law. So, in um, history of lawmaking in India. So, in this topic, rule of law in India during British period. If I explain, so it is often believed that it was the British colonialists who introduced the rule of law in India. Historians have disputed this claim on several grounds, two of which includes first that colonial law was arbitrary, and second that the Indian nationalists played a prominent role in the development of the legal sphere in British India. So, one example of the arbitrariness that continued to exist as part of British law is the Sedition Act of 1870. 1870. So, the idea of sedition was very broadly understood within this act. Okay. So another example of British arbitrariness was the Rowlatt Act, which allowed the British government to imprison people without due trial. Indian nationalists, including Mahatma Gandhi, were vehement in their opposition to the Rowlatt Bill. Despite the large number of protests, the Rowlatt Act came into effect on 10th March 1919. So, dear student, next I will explain protest against the arbitrary use of authority by the British. So, Indian nationalists began protesting and criticizing the arbitrary use of authority by the British. They also began fighting for greater equality and wanted to change the idea of law from a set of rules that they were forced to obey to laws including ideas of justice. By the end of the 19th century, the Indian legal profession also began em- emerging and demanded respect in colonial courts. So they began to use law they began to use law to define the legal rights of Indians. Indian judges also began to play a greater role in making decisions. So, dear students, we know very well. So, a number of nationalists were themselves lawyers in India. As a result, they started passing the laws to define the legal rights of Indians. So, Indian judges and their decisions also gradually came to be accepted in the colonial courts. So, thus the participation of Indians in different way helped in the development of the rules of law in India. Okay, so I hope today's topic of this chapter, history of lawmaking in India, is completed. I hope you all understood well. Next topic of this chapter we will study and understand in my next video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.